I want to talk about OCD and anxiety and perfectionism. Or I thought I did. Yeah, I guess I'm trying this out, trying out making these videos and feeling very mixed about it. Sort of feel like who am I to share? Who am I to say anything, really? Another part of me is like sort of wanting to protect, and it's like it's too early to share, and that may be true. But I also notice how my own anxiety and pursuit of perfection means that I would just never have any creative output because it'll never be perfect. And so I'm sort of pushing through it. It's really, I'm asking God, I'm like, just putting myself on the chopping block. What is it? Abraham and Isaac. Oh, that's not really a good metaphor, but I'm sort of just pushing past my own anxiety or pushing into it. And it's a question. I'm basically posing the question to God, like, is this something you want me to do? Is this coming from a self-aggrandizement, self-aggrandizing place within me, needing validation, needing recognition? Where is this coming from? It feels that way, to be honest. It feels sort of narcissistic. That's too strong of a word. It feels, which self is motivating this? And I guess it's going to be mixed. I think that is the answer. That's the perfectionism, is the seeking all one. It's seeking certainty. It's like, is it going to be, am I coming from the highest? Am I coming from the lower self? And I think the answer is yes. The answer to those questions is yes, that it's going to be mixed. But my hope is that it's productive, evolutionary, facilitative, that it facilitates a movement in the direction of healing, the direction of wholeness. That's my hope. And I don't know. And ultimately, this is subordinate to the desire to be with God, to be one with God, to become transparent to God, to be like a window through which the light of God can shine, the light of awareness, the light of being. Everything is subordinate to that. So I'm sort of my kind of immediate reaction, my intuition says, don't do this. Don't do this. And that might be like a wounded, it's like too much exposure. You don't want to like exploit your own process. You want to honor it and protect it. And that also can swing too far into one direction where you just are too boundaried. I would like for this to be something useful in my life, that I have this avenue to share. But I am submitted to God's will, and not as some great act of humility or something. It's just, you see that you get it's like God will course correct. If that's your aim, eventually the price of hanging on to something, eventually there'll be a course correction. So I'm hoping that this is coming from a legitimate place, something that's helpful. You could say ideally helpful for other people, but kind of primarily helpful in this, in my own process of, in this process of unfolding and healing, etc. And like I said, it's going to be mixed, I think, inevitably. Good motives, bad motives. And I'm just curious if I can work through that. And I guess sincerity and humility are part of that.